This concealer, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. If you are new here, hello, my name is TheShai. I do a lot of beauty content on here, little fashion, lifestyle vlogs and everything in between. So if that seems like your vibe, then you can subscribe below. Today we have a product review, first impressions. I'm so excited about this. We are trying out the new Fenty We're Even Hydrating Longwear Concealer. This has been long awaited for me because I did try the original Fenty concealer when it came out and it was really nice. Coverage was good, it blended out nicely, but for me, the more I wore it, I just felt like it was a little bit too drying, and I'm a normal to dry skin babe, so I'm gonna need all the hydration. So I was super happy when I saw they came out with this, so we're gonna be trying it out today. I'm really excited. So I've just gone on their Instagram to quickly read a few of the specs. So it said, We're Even concealer comes in 50 buildable medium coverage shades with a natural second skin finish, visibly improves dark circles, puffiness instantly and over time, and hydrates for 12 hours of freeze-proof wear. So those are the claims. We already know Fenty's going to come through with the shades. They have 50 shades, which is amazing. I mean, come on, it's Fenty. We already know how they're coming. I have the shade 430. I did go into store and swatch them, and if I'm being honest, between 410 and like 425, those three shades are super orange. I was very in shock, bamboozled almost, because my original shade, I have it somewhere, my original shade in the concealer, the original one, is 410. So I was thinking, okay, I'll be around that, maybe a bit darker, because I found that it was quite light. When I started swatching them, it was giving orange. So I will definitely recommend, if you're thinking of getting this concealer, go into the store and check it out, because yeah, I like that the packaging is like a clear acrylic, so you can see the color pretty well. Very simple, whereas like the older one, I don't know if you guys can see, it's more like a, you know, it's a faded glass. Do you know what I mean? I feel like this one's more clear and sleek. This is what the doe foot looks like. It's very small. I mean, it's good because it can get into like corners, especially if you're concealing. You want to be able to get precise lines and get into like under your eyes, but it is quite small as far as like the actual brush, but it is nice and it has a nice dip. Okay, so that is what 430 looks like. Really nice. I think it's like more of like a neutral, a little bit of a pinkish undertone, but it's much more neutral, which I prefer with my concealers. And now I'm just going to swatch a few more of my other shades and then we'll get into trying this on. So this concealer is quite popular. We have the Too Faced Chestnut Concealer, and I'll just swatch it right beside it. So that is Too Faced Chestnut right here. I'm actually going to swatch the original concealer. I have this in the shade 410. I'll just swatch it there just so you guys can see. I have the Huda Beauty. Also going to swatch my XX Revolution. I use this literally every day. It's my everyday concealer. This is in the shade CX 13.5. We're going to keep it kind of Fenty focused today since we're doing a Fenty review. So I'm going to go with my favorite, one of my favorite primers. This is the Pro Filter Soft Silk. This is a hydrating primer. I have normal to dry skin, so I'm always like the hydrating stuff. So yeah, I'm just going to moisturize this in. I do actually need a new one of this too. I'm just going to... Then for complexion, we're going to go with our Eavesdrop stick. I have the shade 22. I do feel like now that it's kind of winter, this is a little bit deep for me, but she works. She works, she does the job. So I'm just going to apply her just by doing little swipes across my face. So I'm just going to apply this much. I'm going to use my, say, big brush to blend this out. I feel like with creams, you just need to get in there a little bit more. I feel like my other foundation brush is too lightweight for a creamy base. Let's blend this in. So now let's get into the eyes. I'm going to do something really simple. Guys, do we remember these? The Fenty Snap Shadows. Guys, the formula on these isn't the best. Like, they work, they can do a job, they can do a thing, but I wouldn't be like, you need to buy it at all. I got, I think, 3 of these. I think I got the best ones, to be honest. The 10 palette, this one, the Money palette, gorgeous. You can get a really gorgeous shimmer out of that. The greens, top tier. And then I got the neutrals palette. So we're going to go into the neutrals palette just to keep it simple today.
you go? Oh, you know how I've been living without you.
Okay, I zoomed you guys in so you guys can see me a little bit more. Just added on some lashes. Let's try this out. I'm going to apply it the same way I usually do. Just under my eyes. Whoa, first impression is very like lightweight. The formula is not very thick. It feels very like silky. So I'm going to carry on this side. It doesn't pick up a lot of products. Like I feel like once I did this side kind of just got the tail end. So I'm going to dip back in and just make sure I have enough to cover. So I feel like if you have any like darker circles or like you really want to like cover up with this, I feel like you would definitely need a color corrector because it just feels very thin. But we'll see what the coverage is like when we blend it. I'm just gonna apply concealer where I usually do. I do like the doe fit because you can get like good lines. You can also get like really like underneath the eye. So I'm just gonna start tapping in. And it blends very nicely. I did leave it to just kind of settle down onto my skin for a few seconds, but even doing that, it still blends really, really nicely and effortlessly. I definitely feel like the hydrating finish of it allows for such like a buttery blend because it doesn't dry down quick, where I feel like the other concealer dry down super quick. Like if you let it to sit for too long, you'll be there really like struggling with like any like harsh lines. But with this, it kind of like just blends in like butter, like really easily. Let's go to this side, blend here. I was kind of scared it was gonna give me too much of a natural finish because I was just like medium buildable. Like I'm used to just high coverage concealers. That's just my bag. Like I like to go high coverage so I don't have to be building up, or you know, like I like to know what I'm getting. But this actually looks really nice. And it feels very comfortable as well. It doesn't feel like super heavy, because sometimes with my like high coverage concealers, I'm not gonna lie, they can feel a little bit heavy, but it's not too bad because I know like I'm going for full glam. But this feels very light, but the look it's giving is highlighted and together. I like it. I really like the tone of this concealer as well. I feel like it's like perfect for me. So for my cream contour, I use my favorite old combo. This is my Fenty cream bronzer in Toffee Teas, and I just use a little bit of my KVD Good Apple foundation just to kind of warm it up. And we are going to finish up our routine. I'm going to keep it Fenty focused with the blush and everything. This concealer looks so good. Oh my gosh. Gorgeous. And now we're going to set with Huda. Wow, so that is one like layer of powder. So good. Excuse me. The only difference here is the glow. Like, whoa. Okay guys, so makeup is done. She's looking fabulous. So we love it. I love the little glow that my skin has. I think it's that Fenty blush. I love this when it first came out and I forgot how much it looks good. Shout out to her, shout out to her. But final thoughts on this concealer. Honestly, I felt like it was gonna give super light coverage. I was thinking it's gonna give like no makeup because I don't know, when I see medium buildable, it just gives me, it's not gonna give much. But I am pleasantly surprised. The fact that it's hydrating was already off my list. I love me a hydrating concealer. I feel like, especially under the eyes where your skin's most delicate, you want to look, you never want to look dry, you never want to look cakey, you want to look youthful, do you know what I mean? So hydrating concealers, I feel like are always top tier and always work. So I'm super happy that they came out with one and I feel like it looks good. Definitely medium to buildable coverage. I feel like you could build it up a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's gonna give like second skin. It's not gonna give that full coverage, va-va-voom, glam, like, not to compare, but you know, like the Huda Beauty type of look, like full coverage. I don't think it's gonna give that. It's gonna give a very nice coverage, but it's still just gonna give you that skin-like finish. And it says that on the description in the specs I read, it was gonna give second skin, and it definitely gives that. It's definitely more of an enhancement than a like full coverage glam look, which I actually like. I feel like I usually kind of always do my makeup this way, but today my makeup overall, like with my concealer, I think it just looks more subtle and pulled back. It still has that highlighted effect, but I feel like it just looks more natural or more like skin-like, which is nice for certain days. Certain days I like full glam, give me all of the coverage, but sometimes this is cute too. I would definitely recommend going to store and swatch. I did give you guys some comparisons just in case you guys kind of wanted to know what my shades would look like. But I definitely recommend going to the store. But that 400 to 425 run is orange. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, that's it for today's video. It's my first impressions. Of course, I will keep using it while I have it, so if you subscribe to my channel, you can stay updated on how I feel about these things. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a nice thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.